Hi everybody, here's Krystian from TeamworkCast.
And this is Putty from TeamworkCast.
And this is Netrunner with TeamworkCast. We are back with a final round of Chronos Protocol Tour organized by the Mage Store in Düsseldorf on the 6th of April. Chronos Protocol, this amazing tournament, Netrunner tournament with lots of interesting prizes to win, and you can even decide what kind of card gets printed in the future.
I see that Niklas is using Cyber Gandalf.
Indeed, my opponent on this final round, this exciting final round, is Niklas, and he's playing Cyber Gandalf, also known as Wotan.
I want to see Wotan played in a tournament. I want a deck built around Wotan.
Yeah, it's not very frequent. There is actually two Wotan cards. There's Project Wotan, which is, I think, an agenda or an asset. And then there is Wotan, then actual ice, which I guess there's some old dude that got turned into an ice.
Yeah.
I assume.
That's what Project Wotan, it shows an old man getting fed a bunch of tubes and various chemicals.
Yes, and there was a firm handshake here from my opponent, Niklas. Niklas is playing Andromeda, and I am playing GRNDL. Andromeda gets 9 cards at the beginning of her turn, and I am getting lots of money, but also bad publicity, which Niklas can use.
I really enjoy, it seems that Andromeda is like best possible opening hand. I wonder if we'll ever get away from you need to have the best opening moves in order to win sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It's not just the best opening hand. You have to realize that she has 3 more cards at the beginning. So wow, she shows that all the cards there. So she has a lot of cards at their disposal. Yeah, and usually if you have like a different runner, they would have to have something like a diesel on hand, and then still, you know, 1 click less. So she just gets this boost at the beginning, which is very good, especially for tournaments, because then, you know, you're likely to score agendas early on, and that game is likely to not go too long.
I'm having trouble getting over Wizard. I just want to write fan fiction about it.
You are quite enamored with Wizard, aren't you?
Yes.
So Niklas is taking a mulligan here, and I am taking a sip of water. We are both exhausted. You have to realize this is both an exhausting weekend for me, because we had like 2 of those tournaments in a row. But Niklas is a friendly guy. He's, you know, very nice, and we just, you know, had a good time together. Final round, we're celebrating the end of the tournament.
Nicks are always amazing. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
You are also a Niklas, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it is your soulmate. It is your name mate.
Yes.
Name mate.
Mate.
Name mate. Niklas is also playing a quite interesting card. It is before the time that we are recording this. It's before the release of the big expansion that released recently, Honor and Profit. And still, Niklas is playing an archetype, so to speak, that was established by the expansion quite a bit, which is using a lot of connections. But we're going to see that in a second. I am playing Ice in front of my HQ, and I'm playing a card in a server.
Gotta protect that HQ.
Gotta protect that HQ, but apparently it's not important to protect that card that I just played. And then Niklas plays an interesting card, Raymond Flint.
Raymond Flint? I do not know what this card is.
So Raymond Flint is a connection that gives, every time I get back publicity, he gets to access a card from HQ.
Oh, it's like the anti-Weyland card.
It is. Of course, I already have 1 bad publicity, and he doesn't benefit from that. But whenever I get more bad publicity, he gets lots of benefits from this. And I'm just shocked, because, like, what? There is even more ways of punishing bad publicity? What is this? If we remember the very first game on this weekend we played, I had to endure 2 games of
oh, it's a recent card too. It's from Mala Tempora.
It is. We had to endure 2 games of blackmail, and now we have this. But the cool thing is, you can also trash Raymond Flint to expose the card, which is also nice. And also he plays Katie Jones, another connection which we all love and enjoy. I have to apologize a little bit because there is quite a bit of glare on the cards. Outside it's getting dark, inside the lamps have been turned on, and all the glare is evident.
I really like how Sam Spade this guy is.
He is a private detective. I think he plays a role in the novels.
I would imagine so, because it looks like Louis Blaine and Richard Harrison have opposing opinions of this guy.
All right, so Niklas clicks he clicks Katie and runs on R&D, but doesn't find anything there. And he has to discard 2 cards, because that's the rule as Andromeda. You have to play every click, you have to play a card, otherwise you will lose cards, and he has to lose 2 cards. And both of them I'm glad, no, at least one of them I'm glad to not to deal with, which is Stem Hack. And it's my turn. And I score an agenda, Project Atlas, right there. And to be honest, that kind of broke Niklas' mind right there. He was like, "What?
You did this to me the other day too. You did this to me the other day.
Yeah,
you bluffed me out of scoring.
That's how I roll with GRNDL. I play it fast and loose, and he just couldn't get over that I just did that. it made him very unsecure about the way he plays, and we're gonna see the fallout of this effect later on. This was psychological warfare. We're both at a fragile mind state at this point. You have to realize, because we've been just wallowing in Netrunner for all this time. Our brains have milling situations trying to figure out the best possible solutions, and we just can't handle this anymore.
Weary gladiators, tired, just trying to flop your sword on the other person.
Netrunner never changes.
Netrunner changes.
All right, so he gets monies. He gets monies on Katie Jones, and I'm guessing that's going to be the end of his turn. I'm going to do a mandatory draw and see what happens. Still, my R&D is not protected. I'm just in a come at me bro mode right now.
Come at me bro. Bro.
Or I'm just not drawing any ice. That's also possible.
Bro.
It's 2 turns afterwards and he's still pointing at the cards. He still can't get over it.
It worked on me too. You won the game because I didn't access that card.
Yeah, sometimes you just play an agenda naked and see what happens. I mean, it was a bold move because it's a 2-point agenda. And I didn't get the best out of this agenda, because if you overscore that agenda, you get more points, but you get additional benefits, but I didn't get those benefits. All right, so I'm finally icing up R&D, and I'm drawing a card from R&D, and things are going well. Things are progressing at a pleasurable pace. All right, and I'm installing yet another naked card to there. So now...
Don't fall for it, man. Don't fall for it.
So now Niklas is like, what is that? That could be an agenda again, or maybe he's tricked me.
No, it's not. Don't fall for it, Niklas. This is a classic move here. Classic Krystian.
He doesn't fall for it. He runs on HQ and he finds an Chimera, which I think it was a code gate, whatever. It stopped him. He doesn't have any breakers right now. So he runs HQ and I don't res. I don't res.
Much res.
Wow. All right. Yeah, so he's like in a pickle right now. He doesn't know. Should he run the card? Shouldn't he? He doesn't know. And that's great. If you start out the game like that, just scoring agenda naked, it just pulls the rug away from the opponent. Which is something I really love. Because the opponent knows I'm not behaving rationally.
You're behaving like a corporation. Yeah. Brash, don't care about anything.
I'm people too, you know. I'm people too, so that's why I'm not supposed to pay any taxes.
I am so sure you are people.
Alright, so he plays an Hostage, which is a really great card, which is a card that allows him to get a connection out of his deck and play it immediately for 2 clicks.
A very social deck.
There's a really great artwork on Hostage too, because it's the son of Director Haas. And it looks like he's kidnapped, and the kidnappers are trying to extort like hostage money from Director Haas. But you see that the son at the back of his hand, at his back, you see his hands are not actually in shackles. Instead, he's like crossing fingers. So he's actually exploiting his mom, which is really great. Nick, you are looking up wizard porn again, aren't you?
I am looking up wizard porn.
You haven't realized what great stuff just happened here. My opponent played a helpful AI. That's the thing that she got out. So he has additional link, and he trashed the helpful AI to increase the strength of breakers.
Wizard.
I'm thinking what to do. That card. I'm playing another naked card. Apparently, I don't have enough naked cards.
You are just brazen.
I'm just in your face. I don't care anymore. It's the final round.
No holds barred.
All bets are off.
And he is just totally ignoring those. I mean, oh, scores an agenda.
He scores an agenda off the R&D.
And you get another bad publicity value.
Yes, because it was in fact a Vulcan cover-up.
Come on, Flint. Oh, yeah, get it again. Yes!
Oh, and it scores another agenda with through Flint. Flint has proven to be a very effective card in this case. He scored a second agenda, which was posted bounty, 1 point. So he's at 2 points, and I'm also at 2 points. Things are still going good for me, I would say. Although he's slowly building up. He's thinking about trashing Flint to expose a card. Because he has still 1 click left, he could use the click to run on the card if it turns out to be an agenda.
I don't know.
Flint has been so useful this turn for him.
Especially because of the type of deck you're playing. I don't know if I'd do it, but I guess.
Alright, he's doing it. He is exposing the card.
Snare.
And it is a snare. Arr.
If that's a snare, then the other card has to be a snare.
You think so? Sometimes it's kind of nice to trash a card and replace it with another snare, you know?
Yeah.
Trash a snare, replace it with another snare.
This one's totally different, I swear.
this time's for real. That's an agenda for realsies now. Alright, so yes, it's my turn now. My snare has proven to be not successful at luring him into running on it. We still don't know what the first card is. Maybe it's another snare.
I think it's another snare.
You think so? You think I would be that kind of person?
Yes.
I will.
You gotta protect that snare.
Yeah. Oh no, the snare goes away.
Oh man, don't fall for it, Niklas. He's doing it.
So I'm installing an ice because apparently maybe it's something more precious now.
Listen to me, Niklas.
Niklas,
don't fall for this.
We're reaching into the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, and then it's over. I draw a card. So he runs on a new server. He's curious. He finds an Enigma. The Enigma. I like Enigmas because he's like, every time you face check Enigma, you lose a click.
No, don't.
Oh, it's a snare!
You fool.
Oh, no. But I don't have the money to activate the snare.
Well, that's good.
So it fizzles out. He runs on R&D again, and he sees nothing. That was a smart move of him.
Good job, Niklas. You are smarter than me.
You have to remember, Nick. Nick is learning how to play this game properly now.
Yes.
You have to remember, 4 is a magic number. When a corporation has more, at least 4 money, then you are in danger of getting eaten by a snare.
That's true.
And it runs my hand and sees a scorched earth. Yet another way in which I'm trying to kill him. He's under pressure. Niklas is under pressure right now.
Yeah, I can hear David Bowie singing right now.
And his friend. He trashed his friend Raymond Flint.
I think that was a bad move, buddy.
The only thing that stands by him is his helpful AI. He's basically like Batman. You know?
Why are you guys fighting over pawns?
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he thought that was my clicks, but I'm using the white pawns to measure his clicks, which I'm completely forget immediately. So don't use this as a clue on how many clicks he has, because I don't have the discipline to keep it up for the entire game.
He doesn't have a click thing anywhere, does he?
No, he doesn't. So that's why I was doing this. But again, I don't have the discipline to pull this off for the entire game, because when he runs on my servers, I have to react somehow, and then I can't measure the clicks anymore, and I forget because these runs are so exciting. All right, so there's sort of thinking going on in my case, because I'm uncharacteristically poor. Usually, I'm used to have a lot of more money as Grendel. So that's why I'm moneying up.
You need some hedge funds in there, some restructuring.
They're all there. The problem with restructure is you kind of have to have 10. You have to be already rich to get even more richer. And I'm not even rich. And Niklas scores even more. He gets another Atlas from R&D. he goes into that source. He taps into that source of agendas.
Is he gonna win without any icebreakers at all?
I'm tapping into the source of water there. It's his turn. He starts.
Life.
He gets money on Katie Jones. Look at this. Oh man, he makes his little pies now. I don't even know. Is that 3 times Katie Jones click?
Yes.
No, it's 4. 4. All right. So at 9 is my turn. Like, what did he do? I think he just drew cards and clicked Katie Jones.
How much money does he have right now?
I don't even know where
he has money.
Yeah, that's a good question. All right, I'm icing up R&D.
You should keep your money up in the little blue corner of Cyber Gandalf.
Yeah, and usually that's why I'm now. That's was kind of like a learning experience for me. Nowadays, I'm telling people to keep the counters on the side on the mat, because you know it's good anyway. You kind of want to see yourself how much money there is. All right, so I'm after this icing up, I'm just getting more monies, and he runs on HQ, and I don't res. He has access. He sees a restructure. This is my ticket from the poverty that I'm in right now.
He needs to get you to spend money. Stat. I think I would run again.
That's why I didn't rest, because I really wanted that money. All right, he gets all the money from Katie Jones.
So he really just had no money until now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's fantastic.
Well, he has 2 bad publicity. I have 2 bad publicity, which he can use to pay for things. A card's being drawn. All right, guys. Underworld contacts. Ooh. Underworld contacts means if he has link of at least 2, he gets 1 credit every turn. And he has a link of 2 because he has helpful AI. So this is going to be a good source for money for him from now on. He doesn't even have to click. It's endless. It's really, really good for him. So he's slowly building up his connection thing. I am trying to figure out how to kill him.
I don't know if you can kill him.
You don't think so?
He's got you on the ropes.
You think so? Let's see about that. I still have a secure server there.
It's true.
He doesn't have any breakers. Alright. Ice being installed. Down to 6 credits. And I'm getting 2 credits.
8. No, don't let him. You've seen the restructure. Don't do it. Don't do it.
How is he supposed to? Oh, Mr. Lee is being shown. Mr. Lee, he can draw 2 cards and then he can put one of those cards. He has to put one of those cards at the bottom of his library, which he immediately does. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee. No. And there's another not professional, that's Underworld contact. So now he gets 2 monies at the beginning of every turn. He really has a money machine going on right now. And then he even clicks Katie. I mean, his connections are just getting so much money.
Oh, you run. Force him to res something.
No, man. It might be an archer. You don't know. I probably wouldn't sacrifice Project Atlas, but come on, it might be an archer. Yeah, wait a minute, I wouldn't actually use an archer because he doesn't have anything to trash. Alright, restructure appears. I am back in the game. I am filthy rich the way I'm supposed to be.
Oh, God, Niklas. We gotta talk about this.
Yes. So I wanted to mention at this point that the deck of Niklas is actually available on Netrunner DB under Andy maintaining contacts. You should check it out. It's a very cool deck.
I will look it up. As you can tell, Lawnmower Man is being installed in my house.
Oh, Lawnmower Man. He's everywhere now. Alright. What is happening at this point? He is still thinking. He uses Mr. Lee. And he plays a Corona. The first icebreaker of the game is being shown.
He's done it. Good job, buddy.
With the amount of money he has, all of the...
You've got all the money in the world. Force him to res every
all of
ice.
The barriers are now basically moot.
Get out there, buddy. Damn it.
I am doing another restructure. Finally back in the game. Financially, I'm feeling good about myself at this point. Still, he's slowly building up there. I kind of need to score at least one more agenda for the final game to begin. So I'm advancing this one card that's been sitting there all this time. Uh-oh.
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 I played this card turns ago, and now I'm suddenly advancing it? What?
It was unprotected. Oh no, it wasn't unprotected.
It was protected by the Enigma, but you know, the Enigma was like...
Yeah.
He can... Oh no, the Enigma is actually a big deal for him right now. He cannot get through the Enigma. So this is actually a secure thing for him to do. For me to do, to advance an agenda in there. If it's an agenda, maybe it's, I don't know, a Cerebral Overwriter or a Project Junebug or Aggressive Secretary, everything could happen. Alright, he's thinking this through. This is quite an enigma for him. See what I did there?
Cyber Gandalf will puzzle it through.
Alright. He gets money from Katie. That's always a sign that something drastic will happen this turn. He plays a test run. He test runs for one turn. He can use a program from his deck, but then the program returns on the top of his library afterwards. So he gets out, predictably, a Zoo 13 Keymaster.
Ah, the Keymaster.
A code gate breaker, something that can use to break through the Enigma.
And he has 2 links, so it costs nothing.
So that was the second click.
Inside job!
Inside job with the third click. He's so man. So if I rest the outermost ice, nothing happens, so I decide, alright, he has access, but he will... Wait a minute, what happens exactly? Alright, so I say, I don't rest the first ice, and he skips the second ice now.
And now he's going to get brain damage.
And he's like, no, wait a minute, if that's what's happening, then I'm jacking out.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
If that's what's happening, I'm jacking out. This is too much. You don't resing anything, this is fishy. This is fishy. I'm jacking out. I'm not part of this system. And I say, alright, in advance! Psyched out! Psyched out!
The same thing worked on me. Never again. Never again.
The psychological damage of the first naked advance now pays dividends.
Ah, man, I tell you.
And I'm scoring a beautiful cleaners agenda. I'm doing even more meat damage now. So things are doing 3 points. I'm at 5 points. Things are looking up. Of course, he's himself scored 6 points. So, yeah. No, wait a minute, not 6 points, 4 points. So, yeah, it's going well for him as well. So he used a special order to get out a Grotty out of his deck. So now he has all of the breakers that he needs. Pays quite a lot of money for Grotty because it's quite an expensive breaker, but so efficient.
It is
so efficient and so beautiful. I mean, it's a dog.
It's the fight from Scott Pilgrim.
So he runs HQ, and I'm thinking, should I even bother to res? All right, I do res a barrier, so he has to at least spend something on those runs, so he doesn't get free runs on this. But of course he can pay the bad publicity, so it's not really like a big impact financially on him.
Oh, another bad publicity!
And then I'm getting another bad publicity. Too bad. Too bad Rainbow Flint is not there anymore. So yeah, and for this one he does have to pay a lot because it is a Grim.
And it's beefy.
And it's a beefy ice. So yeah, that one he had to pay a lot for us. He accesses. And then it's a snare. It's a snare. It is the second to last click. He only has 1 click left. He has no money. He has only 1 money. He discards the 3 cards. He has no cards on his hand anymore. He doesn't have the money to remove the tag. Because Snare gives him a tag. He is face-palming himself right now.
Oh no!
He didn't think this through properly.
No, he did not.
He spent all his money. There's just 1 click left, and
there's no cards.
There is no cards on his hand. He has a tag. He saw that I have a Scorched Earth on my hand.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He's a dead man walking right now. He's thinking all of these options. He has all of his connections. None of his friends can help him right now, sadly.
If he hadn't trashed Flint,
then what?
it may have helped him.
Maybe he would have access on my HQ. Maybe he would have won. So for this final click, he does a second run on my R&D. We're thinking this through. He doesn't bother to break Grim, so I can trash a program. He gets through Bastion with one click, one credit. This is the Hail Mary run. You know, maybe he scores an agenda there, and that would be the end of the game. Maybe like a 3-point agenda would help him, but it's not a 3-point agenda.
It's Scorched Earth
and predictably Scorched Earth, and it's game over for him. What a shocking ending! He was
well played, sir.
He was a shining star, rising like a phoenix. But then he
like a phoenix. What?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying words. Come on, man. He was soaring. Everything was going peachy, but then he made one small mistake, and that's the way it goes. I mean, I was lucky, like as hell, I must say.
Yeah, I think that luck. I don't know. I think I would call this a skillful win because not only did you feign once, you feigned twice.
Yeah,
and that is fantastic.
I out-tricked him twice, but of course he was being quite aggressive in this game. I mean, that wasn't so easy to out-trick him there. I mean, he was able to run on so many things without actually having any breakers out. Then he got the breakers out so suddenly. I mean, that's quite difficult to pull off. So he was playing quite well, and it was really sad a little bit to have him fail, especially since he already saw 2 snares during the game. So the probability that he would encounter the 3rd snare was very, very low. And there it was. Oh well. So that's why you have to be prepared. You have to always, especially against when you saw already some snares, you have to consider that the next one might be also a snare.
Yeah, and also, I guess, leave yourself, make sure that you have a way out.
I think I'm feeling a bit guilty because Niklas is a bit crushed there. There's just so much wrong that went on in this game. Like agenda's being scored. He psyched out on that thing. He's like giving himself a hard time because he psyched out on that one agenda run.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was careful there, but he wasn't careful in other situations. Ah man. All right, so we're switching sides now. Now I am the Andromeda, a very popular identity in this meta right now, and he is playing NBN Making News. He is even using the special promotional card that you got there.
That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm thinking about buying some more promo cards.
Yeah, those are very expensive because those promotional cards are only from the Chronos Protocol tours.
Yeah.
And they were only in Europe and I think in Australia and stuff like that, but not in the US. And of course, all the US players who want those identities because NBN Making News is quite a popular identity.
You can buy 3 times Wildside for about $15. I don't know why they did Wildside promos.
And Wildside is
so popular.
Usually they make promos of cards that you usually only have 1 copy in a deck of.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have so many cards. You don't need so many of those. You know, you just need 1 of those to spice up the deck. You know. I don't know exactly why. Wildside is kind of it is a beautiful card, I can say. I mean, you see like Noise like doing this dance with a lady.
I really like the Scorched Earth promo card.
You do?
That is fantastic looking.
Yeah, things being scorched, exploding. All right, so we begin the game. We're cutting each other's decks. I am Andromeda again. I'm starting with 9 cards, and Niklas there is NBN Making News. He has 2 credits for traces that he can spend every turn, but of course, NBN Making News, the prototype of NBN Making News, the archetype of NBN Making News nowadays is fast advanced. He will try to score agendas from his hand usually.
Oh, Astro Trains.
He will try to start the Astro Train. The combo of 3 Astro script pilot program agendas in a row. All right, so I am taking a mulligan. So do we see a mirror situation from the last game where Andromeda is taking a mulligan?
I think so. Oh no, he does not have his corporation deck on Netrunner.
You know, he only has Andy maintaining her context, which is the deck he just used right now. I think nowadays, especially with Honor and Profit out, this deck is just even more powerful because you can add cards like calling in favors, which you can basically monetize all the context you have. Really, really nice. All right, so we begin the game. He had mandatory draw from the corporation right there. And let's see what happens. Oh man, Sweeps Week. Oh. Sweeps Week is the card to have on your hand when you're playing against Andromeda. Andromeda starts with 9 cards, and Sweeps Week gets you as much money as the runner has cards on their hand. So you just get a sweet 9 monies from the get-go. And then he installs 2 cards, already looking way better for Niklas. I'm playing 2 Sure Gambas, not too shabby myself.
You know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm really hoping Niklas wins this time.
Yeah. I'm also rooting for him.
Because he's crushed. You crushed him.
I'm crushed him.
Completely and totally won.
It was a psychological win.
Psychological win, a moral victory, an absolute victory. It's like he threw in $40 in quarters.
And also,
Mortal Kombat.
But you have to imagine, he already is a victor. He already has more accessoires on his hands than I do. He has a cool, sweet watch, and I don't have anything. Look at me. Look at the bozo I am.
You need some tattoos or something.
Yeah.
You know? You need to get Cyber Gandalf on your back.
So I inside job his hand, and I find, interestingly, I find Ronin. So
really?
I trash the Ronin, and I'm like, whoa, what kind of deck are we playing here with? This is weird. This is not supposed to be NB and Fast Advance. Now I am the one who's psychologically a little bit, off balance.
Little do you know, he snuck it in.
So I trashed the Ronin, but still, that's kind of like weird. What's going on here? And I'm playing Clone Chip. So the Ronin it's something that you can advance. You install it and you advance it, and if there's Force token on it, you can trash it for 3 net damage. So you can use it to kill the runner if he doesn't run on it.
It's quite entertaining.
It's I'm sure it's very entertaining. I never used it myself, and I actually never died from this. I'm not sure, but
until now,
there's always the first time. All right, it's Niklas' turn. Niklas playing way more confident than on the previous game now. He installs. Look at him installing a card naked.
Uh-oh. He's using your trick against you.
My man. He's like turning the tables, flipping the tables. So now I am kind of like, wait a minute, there was Jinteki cards in this there? What if this is a snare, So I'm doing counts in my head.
Is that a knight?
The knight, yes indeed, the knight comes out. Interesting breaker that you can like host on ice and break that ice. I'm hosting it on the R&D ice, which hasn't been rest yet, but it's still possible, I think. And then Maker's Eye. So even if he reses this, I might be able. So if there's more than 2 subroutines on the ice, he will stop me.
It's Project Wotan.
You think so? That would be hilarious.
It is Wotan himself, Lord of the Internets.
Cyber Gandalf. You shall not pass.
You know, Cyber Gandalf's dog is Doge.
Oh wow, it's still quite good. It is War of Thorns. It does 2 damage and ends the run, but I can break it. I have the abilities, I have the technology, but I'm like moneyless right now, so I'm accessing 3 cards, and I'm seeing even a Jackson Hart I saw there, but I have no money to trash anything whatsoever. I gave myself a good chance though, so that was cool. And I'm drawing up a card, and it's his turn. Yeah, drinking, hydrating. Because both of our heads are basically exploding right now. We've been playing for 6 hours Netrunner.
Oh wow, that's so much Netrunner.
Yeah. It's like your brain is like, this is too much, man. We have to talk.
Instead of hacking the planet, you're hacking your head.
Yeah, it's like... Alright, I know we talked about hack the planet, but come on, man. I thought you were just joking. Alright, he's installing an ice in front of that card that was unprotected, and another sweeps week. Another sweeps week. Alright, it's my turn. I'm getting monies. I'm playing... Ah, yes! Armor touch, gold busting. I'm getting a job, Nick.
I'm glad you're getting a job, you bum.
I'm getting a job. I'm answering things on Stack Overflow.
I'm on GitHub.
I'm on Reddit. Red Pill.
I'm paid to rep threads. $2 per thread, per 1,000 threads.
That's the way I do it, yes. Even though Andromeda is a 1% runner, she does from time to time get a job. And then it's Niklas' turn. The game stabilized a little bit. We are both starting to think a little bit. This is getting more complicated. I still don't have any breakers out, but he is spitting out ice like there's no tomorrow. Like it's like he's the Antarctic sheet right now. And it's global warming time. And then he installs a second card in that server. I'm thinking it's a Sansan, and the other card is a agenda. But on the other hand, if this was a Sansan, then he could have immediately scored it, right? So,
I think it's Jackson.
You think it's Jackson? Why? But what is the other card then?
It's obviously an agenda.
No, you cannot have Jackson Howard and an agenda in the same server. It has to be an upgrade.
He's making a mistake.
Or it's an Ash.
Ash.
Alright, so I'm running on this. I'm figuring this out. I'm making him rest the ice. I don't have any breakers anyway, so it's just, you know, to make him rest the ice. Oh, it's an RSVP! It's an RSVP, Nick. Are you familiar with that one?
I am not familiar with that card. There's a lot of cards that he's playing that I am not familiar with.
So RSVP is a code gate that has one subroutine, and the subroutine is the runner cannot pay any credits anymore during this run.
Oh, that's useful.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna man up. I'm continue running, and then I encounter a second ice, which is a pop-up window, and now the pop-up window stops me because I cannot pay the 1 credit. and I find it's just the most hilarious setup there. Because pop-up windows usually like this feeble ice that you just pay 1 credit and get through. But now with RSVP, it's like this unstoppable barrier. Hilarious. And so the server secure. I'm getting a lot of money with my code busting buddies, answering threads on Reddit, and then it's his turn.
Man, they really put a lot of flavor text on RSVP.
Yeah. I really learned to love RSVP. It's a really nice card. Usually people like whenever cards come out that combo with other ice, they usually like, you know, talk down a little bit. You're like, you're wasting a lot of cards to get the same effect. You know, you could just as well have like 2 better ice in there.
Yeah.
But I like this. It's cool. I mean, it's cool that he stopped me with a pop-up window right now.
Especially, I mean, 3/4. That's not bad.
Yeah. He pays just 3 and is a strength 4 one. Yogg doesn't help. Mm-hmm. So he ices up that server even more. I'm confused about the money that's lying around there. We think that it is probably not his money, but we're not sure.
We'll have to review the tape.
We are actually the tape right now.
Yeah, but we weren't looking for it.
We haven't figured it out ourselves. Anyway. Alright, so we have half an hour left for this final round, but yeah, we have none of us has scored yet, but it looks like he might be able to score soon because the server looks quite well protected and there's a lot of cards in the server. Let's hope he's not like Ploosh, where he has like 2 cents in the server. Ploosh, Ploosh, Ploosh.
Ah, Ploosh.
I don't know, I'm just kidding because Ploosh is a good buddy of mine, so I can tease him like this. Alright, so I run on his hand and he uncovers that he uses interns.
Oh, power shutdown.
And I'm emergency shutdowning his Wall of Thorns.
Emergency shutdown.
Even though there is a knight hosted on it, but you know, the knight was just not effective enough. I need to have even more cards on this. Alright, running, probably I'm gonna run the thing. Yes, I'm running the R&D and I'm seeing a card, but there's nothing of importance there. Why? Why? See, I'm not having a good luck now. I used all my good luck when he encounters that snare last game. Now I don't even see a single agenda after all this access I had. Alright, so now he reses a San, and he reses the other card, which was indeed an agenda. Interesting. So it was character assassination, and he can trash a resource, I think, or even a connection, not really sure. I think it's a resource. And anyway, he trashes my job. I don't have any job anymore. I lost my job, Nick.
It's okay. You know, you're gonna get another one. You can move back in with your parents.
Or I can get Kitty Jones.
That's true.
Or I can get Mr. Lee. That's also nice.
Look over there! Put it back.
Mr. Lee gets me 2 cards. I can put 1 card back. I have to put 1 card back.
Look in this box. Pick one thing.
It's a mystery box by J.J. Abrams. And then there's another job. Look, Nick, I got my old job back. I have my old job back.
You're delivery man for Mr. Lee, and now you're answering questions on GitHub again.
Yeah.
How do I define an array?
Alright, and then I'm using Mr. Lee again. And then it is Niklas's turn. I still don't have any code breakers out. This is worrying me.
He's encroaching on your territory just so he can lean on the table.
Yeah, look at it. He has all this space. He has all this space back there, but that's psychological warfare right there.
Yeah. He's just, that's how aggressive Niklas is.
Yeah, and then another sweep. Man, Niklas is just on a roll. I do have 1 code break. I could rehost Knight on RSVP, and I would get through maybe.
Does this occur to you?
I don't know. I usually, to be honest, I'm not very comfortable with Knight. So, for example, when I was playing against Speedboat, I also forgot that there was a Knight, and that's probably why I lost the entire game.
Speedboat.
Speedboat.
Home of our first puzzle.
Yes. Just released today as we're recording this. Yes. Alright, so it's my turn now. I have 2 monies, not too much money, no breakers except for Knight. He's having the secure server right there. Not good. Not so great. Ice being rehosted. I do remember. So I rehost the Knight on the RSVP indeed, and then
Proud of you.
And then I'm getting a money from Armitage Code Busting. And then I'm running that server. I'm assuming that the card that is installed there is an agenda. Because I won't be able to trash Sansan if I run this. So that's not a very smart run there. Alright, I'm breaking it for 2 clicks, for 2 monies, and I'm using 1 money to get through our pop-up window.
Oh, Sensen.
Jackson Howard. And I can't even trash Jackson Howard. So this experiment was for naught.
It's okay.
This experiment was useless. So I click Armitage Code Busting and then I call it a day.
You know, I think that if Fantasy Flight wants to have a bit of fun, they should only print one, maybe two foil cards. One for the runner, one for the core. And we'll make it Jackson Howard and Katie Jones. Two foil cards. Pay $50. I would buy one.
Because everybody's using those. Everybody's using Katie Jackson, everybody's using Jackson Howard. It's just like the thing that you use. Or hedge funds and sure gambles.
Yeah.
Everybody's using those as well. Although sure gambles are maybe starting to not occur in certain decks anymore.
Yeah.
If you have a connection deck, it might be wise to play Donut, the new connection, and then you do all your monies with calling in favors, and then you don't have any sure gambles in anymore. Something that Niklas is maybe working on right now, as the new expansion has been released.
I have to say, I have been enjoying his two decks entirely. Actually, all the people we've been playing have played pretty diverse decks. Yeah, it was pretty nice so far. Of course, we saw a lot of NBN and a lot of Andromeda this tournament. That's true. But at least there's variation within those.
Yeah, that's true. So his Andromeda was, for example, very interesting, I thought. So he used Jackson Howard to get cards from his discard pile back into his deck, and then he installed the card. Now I know that's probably an agenda. So now I'm challenged to run again. So I'm getting all this money from my job, from Armitage Code Busting. And I am, with the last click, I'm running. He reses wraparound and stops me. How anticlimactic. Wraparound, a simple barrier. Of course, there's huge strength now that I have no barrier breaker out, but usually if I get one out, it will shrink in size so I can break it. So another character assassination going on, and this time around, Mr. Lee gets shafted. Mr. Lee, we hardly knew you.
Make us eye.
Make us eye. I know that he can't res that Wall of Thorns, so I will see 3 cards.
No,
can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Oh my god. You know, I think at this point you guys should just say we both got 2 points. Let's call it a day.
No, I don't. I have 0 points.
No, I mean in the tournament.
Oh yeah. I'm very disappointed right now. All my cards have been so far not effective. I don't have any breakers. Now I'm getting a breaker. This is really frustrating.
Poor man. Poor man. I'm waiting for Corroder to come out.
It will be a Corroder.
Where is it at? There it is.
The Corroder.
Oh, my Corroder.
My Corroder. My opponent, Niklas, is at 4 points at this point. And I said the word point a lot of times in this sentence.
Well, the point is, the point.
That was the whole point, indeed. So yeah, I guess the Corroder will be played now. All right, I'm clicking my job one more time. One more time. Now the job is gone. The John is gone. It was a time. It was a time-restricted job. So the Corroder gets out. And he installs another card in that server and advances it and scores it. It is the Astros.
Oh, it's starting.
It's starting. The Astro train is on its way. Choo choo. Choo choo. And of course, he's at 6 points. He just needs to have the second wagon of the Astro train. He doesn't even have the final wagon.
You know, if you pulled out a miracle right here.
Yeah, I need some serious miracles going on to because I have no points at this point.
They need to add out like a tap out function, like Advanced Wars or something like that.
Tap out?
Yeah, so you can just say, wizard's coming in now, and he's gonna start trashing everything.
Yeah, you, Nick. I would choose you, Nick. You would be my Pokemon. You would just come in and like confuse the enemy with your social analysis.
Let's talk a little bit about NBA. Now,
let's talk about
a camera lens there, looking at the world.
Let's talk about how racist H.P. Lovecraft is.
Ah, yes. Lovecraft, champion of the white man.
Indeed. All right, so I'm not even sure what to do anymore. Just getting money. I'm like, all right, I'm getting inside the thing. I'm getting inside the server. I know that I have to.
You gotta destroy that Sensen.
Gotta destroy that Sensen. So I'm getting inside. My money is just perfectly works. So I can trash the Sensen. But of course he already has
at what cost?
He already has the Astro script scored, so he doesn't need the Sensen to score agendas out of hand.
Proud of you.
And there's a card being installed in that server, probably a second sense, and we don't know. This is really not. I haven't seen a KD either. And then he installed stuff in front of his R&D.
I don't think this game could have gone worse for you.
I could have died.
I think maybe perhaps karma is kicking you in the face right now.
I could have died by the Ronin. I crashed early on. All right, so I'm getting 3 credits and drawing a card. Jackson is being rezzed. It wasn't Sanson after all. He gets some money. He's looking for his final Astro script pilot program agenda to finish up this game, or even any kind of agenda, to be honest. Like even like a 1-point agenda would be fine for him at this point.
He's using Jackson.
Cerebral imaging. Cerebral imaging. We missed him using cerebral imaging, but yeah, that's something also he used sometime at some point. What?
Suddenly Sanson is not in his discard pile.
Now we know why he won. Now we know how this works. Honestly, I'm not really sure what happened there.
Well, what's the? I don't recognize that card.
I know what happened there. He used. Was it again? Interns, the card I was talking about. So interns gets you a card out of your discard pile and installs it immediately.
Oh, that's fun.
So yeah, he got Sanson back into play.
Interns are magical.
They are magical creatures.
The only thing that's labor cheaper than clones.
Yes, like in real world. So I'm making a run on R&D. It's a completely useless run on R&D because he hasn't drawn too many cards yet, I think. Because I've seen the cards already with Maker's Eye, and I haven't been keeping count of the cards. So Caduceus starts the trace. I'm not breaking the first trace, so he gets money from this, and then he enhances the second trace. And I'm thinking.
But wait, do you have enough?
No, I don't have enough. No, he's doing the cool thing where he enhances the strength as much, so I would have to spend all my money in order to get through that. But I don't do that. I don't get through it. Instead I'm getting 1 money, and I'm playing a Sneak Door Beta. And I'm making a run on his hand through his archives, because that's what Sneak Door Beta does. It allows you to access his hand through the archives.
You are always rolling a 6 with that die.
I know, it's crazy. I should play something else, like Yahtzee. And it's a Jackson Howard.
It's like you turn it over and it's that picture of Johnny Cash flipping the camera off.
And then he scores a Project Beal, and it's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. I have lost once, and he has lost once. So we're even, I would say. We both get 2 points. We both get something from this game. Very, very exciting pair of games. What did you think, Nick?
I feel like the way that you won the first time is the reason you lost this time.
Oh,
I think it was karma. I think it was destiny.
I was destined. We were destined to play the series of games the way they play out. You think so?
Because you crushed him absolutely, and then the second time your deck crushed you absolutely.
Indeed, I couldn't even make a dent. He scored 7 points without me scoring a single point. That is indeed destroying and destructive. But it was a fun series of games, and it was really, he was a really nice opponent, really, really talkative, and really a fun guy. He explains to me how the deck works, because it's not just fast advance, there's like combos built into it, and he shows me all the combos and explains me all the combos that the deck could have done, but didn't have to because I had so much bad luck. I would like you guys to check out his deck, his Andromeda deck, which is Andy Maintaining Contacts.
Yep. And his username is Nalla, Knalla.
Yes, Knalla. So check it out. And otherwise, so what did you think about the entire tournament, Nick? We saw both Chronos Protocol tours now.
So now that I've seen a whole bunch of decks from Germany, I'm really wanting to go and watch a tournament in maybe Australia and a tournament in America, just to see if somewhere in America, I guess it'd be maybe East Coast, since that's where I'm at, just to see what the differences are.
I saw there was some Brisbane videos being released recently, so you can check out those. And yeah, from America, maybe you should go to a tournament and record it, so we can comment on a tournament from America for a change.
I should. I have a camera for it. I should do it.
Yes, you should do it. All right. So we will be back next time with another tournament, not a Chronos Protocol tournament, probably a different one. I hope you will join us next time. Until then, hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.
I hacked the planet, Nick. What now?
We move on to the next planet.
All
Just
right.
like the end of 24.
Which
one? When Jack is on a UFO that looks like Dr. Wiley's UFO.
That happens in 24?
The Earth is blowing up, and he just looks angry as the ship goes to another planet. But that's how I think 24 should end.
That's his mystery. He always looks angry.
Yeah. So, the terrorists actually are aliens. They've blown up the entire world, and only Jack is left to kill everybody.
A rare insight into Nick's dreams right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. I don't know if it's rare.